Hi, this is Will Wilde back with another Blues Harmonica Q&A. I got a question this week from Charlie Chong through Facebook. A few people have asked me this question lately, actually. He wants to know, when you're playing the 12-bar blues, which notes fit over the three different chords. So you've got the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. So which notes work over each one? Well, to be honest, all of the notes in the blues scale work over all three of those chords. So the first thing that you need to do is to learn your blues scale. If you don't know how to do that already, I did another video on that. I'll put a link to it here. So if I were to put on a blues backing track, just a 12 bar in G, this is a C harmonica, so I'm in second position. You could play up and down the scale over all three chords, and the notes will fit. So over the 1, over the 4, okay, let's back to the 1 again, and now the 5. Okay, so all of the notes in the blues scale do work over all three chords. None of them are wrong notes. None of them clash. So what's going to make it sound good is how you phrase them, and the structure that you give it. So a good starting place would be if you tried to finish each phrase on the root note of the chord that you're playing over. Okay, so the root note of the 1 chord is draw 2 or blow 6. The root note of the 4 chord is blow 1 or blow 4. And the root note of the 5 chord is draw 1 or draw 4. So 1, 4, and 5. Okay, so you need to know where the chord changes are, so you know where they're coming, and try and finish each phrase on the root of each chord. So if I took this phrase, so that time I finished it on the root of the 1 chord. This time I'm going to finish it on the root of the 4 chord. Okay, and this time on the root of the 5 chord. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what the phrase is, or what any of the notes are in the phrase, because they're all in the blues scale, so they're all going to fit. So what matters is how you tie it in. So by finishing it on the root of the chord, that's going to tie it in and make it sound more structured. Okay, so I'm going to play over this backing track again, this time finishing each phrase on the root. Now for the 4. Now for the 1. Now for the 5. Okay. So you can hear that sounds a lot more structured than just playing up and down the scale randomly. Now this is just a general rule to get you started. Obviously, you don't have to end every single phrase on the root note, or that would be that'd get pretty boring pretty quickly. So let's say I was playing over the 1 chord, and I played a phrase like this. Okay, so I've left that hanging. I haven't resolved it. But that's good. You can do that. It builds a bit of suspense, a bit of tension, and then if you want to, you can resolve it at the end of the next phrase that you play. So, for example, you see, so it still gets resolved at the end. So what if you're playing long runs that go through chord changes, and you're not just playing, one or two phrases over each chord? Well, in that case, try to hit the root of the chord change as it passes by. So, okay, so you're still following. It doesn't matter what notes you play in between, but you're still marking out where the chord changes are by hitting the root notes. So that's my advice on that. I hope that helps you. And if anyone has any other questions, just leave them in the comments below. My name's Will Wilde. Please go and check out my my band website. It's willharmonicawilde.com. I'll put a link to it here. And if you like a one-to-one Skype lesson with me, I teach harmonica over Skype. So just send me a message through the contact form on my website here, and we can sort something out. I'll be back next week. Cheers.